Namaste. Here, as a master Zen of Telekinesis, I give to you 30 signs of the great divine powers of telekinesis. Without any further ado, let's get to them right now. Okay, so now let's get to our first sign, and that is seeing double visions that come and go, like the waves in the ocean, but going by two, right in between. There lies the heart, the soul, and the windows of the soul as well too. Goes well hand in hand with having telekinesis. Because when telekinesis is within and it is seen, it's part of the matrix, so it'll come out as a reflection. And to the eyes, it comes and goes within waves as well too. But in itself, that's to know, it gives you the sign that you have telekinesis. And from here, brings us to the second number of what to look for, and a sign that you have telekinesis, and that is hearing rings, bells, or faint whispers. So when you experience that, that is the body and the mind is attached to the ears. And when you start to hear those, that's the matrix tapping into your ears. And in itself will let you know that you have telekinesis. And also, ears are the pickups. So if you're hearing that, and it's being picked up, has the power inside of you. I mean, there is one of those signs of having telekinesis. Hearing bells, sounds, and whispers. And now one, down to the third number, and that is free floating anxiety. That rotates, and also that comes and goes. Reason is, the magnet in itself is heavy. But thing is, it will go away. It will go away. Water, deep breathing, and breathing skills. And finding your inner Zen will help as well too. But if you feel that is floating, that in itself is a major indicator that you have the divine power in you that is moving. What it's doing is it's moving. Right? And, you know, it doesn't happen all the time because it comes and goes. And to help it are the things that I just said. But if you're starting to witness that, that right there is a major sign that you have the divine powers of telekinesis. Because it is from the pulse and of the soul. Which could also lead into levitation. Sometimes, if it gets high and you start feeling high, next thing, when you start to meditate, some people may have experienced movement, rising movement. And in itself, when the free-flowing anxiety is like that, it will start to push you up. And that is in a form of levitation. It does happen. Because wouldn't it be nice to levitate, feeling high, riding above the sky? Wow. You know? It'll just be amazing that if you had, like, say, that happened to you, and let's say someone's in trouble, you could definitely use that to your benefits by reaching out and helping someone in need. You can levitate objects off of them sometimes, or other things too. You can also help them too with the gift of levitation as well too, because it also is a gift and a part of free-flowing anxiety. And again, someone says, does it hurt? Well, no, it does not hurt. It's a feeling. It's a movement. And it's a raise of the magnetism in your body. Just wanted to let you guys know about that. And there puts us to our fourth sign. And that is an overactive imagination. If your mind is overactive, it moves. Telekinesis moves. Mind is powerful. Mind. You heard that word? Mind over matter? Right there. So an overactive imagination is one of those. Big signs to look for. Let alone found in telekinesis. Because always to get a great active imagination, that's where creativity takes place. Why creativity? Well, it's an art. Telekinesis is an art. A fine, powerful art indeed. And now, here we come down to our fifth one. And that is the way you feel like you're floating. Which comes in to the other one that I have to show you. From free-floating anxiety, the same pictures are applied. And same with floating. So if you want to see the pictures, you can go up to the other one, and those pictures will be applied for that one, to our fifth one. But feeling like you're floating is part of the same sign as having telekinesis in your body. And now, there brings us to our sixth one, and that is having strange routines. Now, what's so strange about having a routine that turns strange? Things that are not normal. You know, like having a routine off, and you don't feel that it's off, but it's strange. But that's just, it's like the overactive imagination, basically. But in itself, things change, you know. They change, and it changes you. Basically right there, and things that you do are done differently. Might seem odd to them, but it's not odd to you. But it's also, in brackets, us known as strange. So right there, gives you having strange routines. This is another one of those signs of having telekinesis. Okay, so here's a picture of a routine here. So what is strange about this routine? If you take a look at her leg is up, going to her cup. Right there, a strange routine. So you see her get on the bed, stretching. All's good until we get to the fourth spot, which is part of a strange routine, because then it jumps right to her carrying a suitcase. So here gives you an example of a strange routine. And then we get to the seventh one. Here is a major indicator and a major one in having telekinesis. And it goes into our 30 signs, and that is 7, that you can hear and read other people. Now, when you start to hear sounds, bells, you can also pick up. Your ears will start to pick up other people and read them, because that is the matrix of the mind that's connected to your ears. And when it hears things that you can't necessarily hear, and your mind registers it. Then in itself, mind is powerful in this one. Big time. And so when you start to notice that you can read other people, then you know that you have the divine telekinesis power in your body. And right there is actually one thing I want to say about that one. And that is a very strong self-intuition. So when you're looking if you're looking at someone, and you're looking like this, very intently, that is actually reading that person. And then from there, the mind is much stronger. And there, you'll get the information or whatever to get to know, like maybe how they're feeling and stuff like that. So once you start picking up that right there, you'll definitely know that you have telekinesis. And now we're down to sign number 8, and that is feeling shallow, damp, or slight dazed. That's because the magnetism of your body is moving. And also, your mind is too. The eyes, though, are the window to the soul. And so, if there is a movement, it can either leave you dazed, also can make you feel damp or shallow as well too, because of it trying to adapt either to change, to a new rep, or to a new level. So right there is another sign that you also need to take a look at, and in itself makes its way to us on our 30 signs of the divine telekinesis. And there brings us to our 9th sign, and that comes to our 9th one, and that is having head rushes that you feel like rushing. So having your head to feel kind of light, but also has like a sentence running into your head. So it's like working overtime, and that is a part of the mind as well too. But there's also another thing that you should also look for in having telekinesis, and it makes its way onto our 30 signs of the divine telekinesis. Oh man, just taking a look at that, man, you can definitely sense head rushes, stars, and all that stuff like that. That right there definitely is a sign that the power just gets awakened, and you start feeling like this, or you just go out of bed. Just be careful as you get up. That's why I take it into you guys. And let's do what he's doing. Just keep on massaging your temples, and from there, it'll stabilize. And from there, just drink some water, and you're good to go. Always keep hydrated, especially doing telekinesis. And if you have those head rushes, this will help you. And from there, now that we get down to our 10th sign, and that is developing strange sensations and feelings. Strange, like what I mean by things are not normal for you to feel, and not normal to sense. And right there is another indicator that you'll have the sign of telekinesis right there. And also makes its way to us on our 30 signs of the divine telekinesis. And now coming down to our 11th sign, and that is having the ability to move or have some control over the elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Earth being psychokinesis, wind as in aerokinesis, water as in hydrokinesis, and fire as in pyrokinesis. That way you guys get the kinesis into the elements. Just want to get in there. There, if you have control over those elements, or are part of those elements, you definitely have a major sign in having telekinesis, which is the four elements that you'll see right here. There, earth, wind, fire, and earth, water, fire, and wind. Right here. So if you have control over these things, definitely have the powers of the divine telekinesis. So if you have control of that, get on here. And now coming in to our next one, and our 12th one, and that is developing the sticky touch. Having certain objects that stick to you just like a magnet. That in itself is the magnet coming to you and moving, and having those objects attract to you and stick to you as you give them a touch, as a pickup. For this, I'm going to give you a live example before the pictures. Like this. Right there. And that's what I mean about the sticky touch. That is the magnet being very active. And having the object stick to your finger or onto your chest. I just wanted to show you an example on what it was like. But if you start to experience that, then you'll know that you have the divine telekinesis into you that's now being active. Or things sticking onto you or sticking from the tip of your finger. Now we get down to our 13th sign. That is being able to balance almost any object on your hand or by fingertip. But you'll see right here. Here's a live example of what that will look like. I take my fork. Watch, we can just hold this here. Like that. And we'll move it around and it does not fall. Because of the magnet, but also a very steady balance by the fork. Now if I were to twist it, like this, very tightly, watch the fork. Balances here. Okay, move it very quickly and it does not fall off. Go back to it again and repeat. And now for the flip of the fork. So there gives you a live example of what I'm talking about. Then here we get to our 14th one sign, and that is having a really strong connection with the magic. Magic is power, and it moves. Same with magic as well too. And telekinesis also is pure magic, pure energy. And in itself, when you stay connected and have a firm, strong connection with magic, it will become a blessing to your body, to you, and to others. But also is another sign of having telekinesis, one of those 30 signs that you should also look for. Man, dropping right down to our 15th one, and this one here goes into the spirits of telekinesis. So in the spirit realm, and that is when the spirits have engraved more powers in you. Because when they start putting in more powers into you, you're going to display more telekinetic abilities and it'll increase your telekinesis that you already have. So when you develop the strength and more power, you'll definitely know. You can definitely tell in your body how it acts, your eyes, your mind, making sure you massage your temples as well too. And remember those challenges, telekinetic challenges too, will be great in this too. It'll definitely help with the challenges, and it'll definitely help overall. And now coming down to our 16th one, and that is when you start to see astral beings, entities, and shadows. Then you'll definitely know that besides this thing connected with the spirit side, the spirits are a major part in telekinesis. So when you start seeing those beings, entities, and shadows, they will also let you know and put more gift into you for more telekinesis. So right there is also another sign that makes its way onto our 30 signs of telekinesis. And there puts us right to our 17th one. It also falls in the same as the other one, but also I'll show some pictures because I have a couple here that I have not brought up yet, but I'm going to share you the title. And then that's another sign from our 3 signs. 17 is if you were either touched by aliens, witches, mediums, or wizards. Is another one. Another sign, but also is a gifting that same telekinetic power right into you. Now here, let me flip my page to the next set of signs. Okay, now here we are down to our 18th one, and that is when you start to have visions, or sorry, let me just re-say it one again. I do apologize. Okay. When you start to have visions of items moving, right there is another big sign and a big indicator that you have telekinesis in you that's coming out. Then here we make it down to our 19th one. That is having strange magnet-like attractions. So your magnet might pick up things in a weird way. It does happen. It comes with the waves of the magnet and of the force within you. It goes with the flow, so it'll go in different directions. That's why practicing it, as well as maintaining it, is health, and that is important to stabilizing it. But if you notice it's getting a little strange with attractions, in itself is okay because the magnet is more active and doing more things than it should. Making sure that you keep things to yourself, and then that way, as you control yourself, and only have the items that you're going to be moving or whatever to challenge there, it'll help with that. But if you notice that you're having strange attractions, that's another sign that you'll have the telekinesis force in your body. Here's an example picture of what I'm saying right here. Here's the little diagram for you, just right here. On attraction, repulsion, and it gives you the south and the north, and the arrows in the middle that you'll see right here. Then there brings us to our 20th one, and that is when you get strange charge from items. Like the charge of the items are different, or that they are different, that they are different to you, but also, if I take that back, that's strength, not strange. I do apologize for that one, guys. When you get the strength charge from the items, so the strength of the items will feel a different of the inner magnet as it is moving in different directions, and it'll strengthen the ability, the telekinetic ability to the other items. And then now we get to the our 21st one, and that is when your hands feel dull, tingly, and warm sensations, much like the other pictures in regards to the hands and the fingers, also come into play in this one. And now it's that coming down to our 22nd one, and that is when you start to pick up storylines from songs. You get a song, and then you get the story. Again, overactive imagination plays a big role in this as well. And again, same pictures to apply in that one as well too. But this one is going into songs. So once you get a storyline in songs, you definitely want to know about that. Moving on down to our third one, and that is when you start to feel pulse is between you and the objects. That is feeling like if there's something that's kind of, like it's living. Your object is living, and same with your hand. So you'll feel pulses in there. It's kind of like, you can't even see it, but at the tips of your fingers lies the pulse feelers. And right there, you get to have that too. Here is a picture what I mean about pulse between items or your fingers. This gives you an example of what you'll see right here. So here's the pulse line, and here's the fingers. So base that to an object. I don't know what I mean by that. And now bringing us down to our 24th spot, and that is when your hands kind of start to shake. Like this example, shaking. Like this, over an object, like that. That's the magnet trying to connect to the object. To start to kind of shake when moving certain objects. So, you're moving a certain object and you start to shake. That is the power coming on your hand. Try and just, do your exercises. Move. Do some stretches and workouts with your hands during that time as well, too. It will definitely help. And then from there, bringing us down to our 25th spot is when you start to feel everyday items very light or slightly heavy when you pick them up. Like when you pick something up, you feel it really heavy when it's a light object. There's an example. Oh! Ow! Or like that. Exactly, right there is an example of heavy and light and an object. So once you feel that, you'll definitely know that the magnet is working. Definitely working, because it will, again, feel that pulse in there as well. From there, then we work down to our 26th one, and that is when you start seeing like a hawk, sharp eyesight. Again, pictures I've done already before, same applies into it as well, but also is another one of those 30 signs of the great telekinesis in you. Now we get down to our 27th one, and that is when your ears start to pick up different sounds. Hearing much clearer. Your ears are wide open, and you're hearing more noises than you should. Like noises in your head. From nowhere. And you hear them. Or you hear people talking so far in a distance, and you're like, I can actually hear what they are saying. From so far. Even like you can even also read their minds in that same line too. Exactly, right there. And there are the same pictures as applies as the other ones that you see in there. Also is in relation to this as well too. So you can take a look at those pictures as well to compare to this one. And then from there we drop down to our 28th one, and that is feeling more live or spunk and energy, meaning you feel more active. The magnet is making you gain lots, and you're like so lively, you know. It's like this burst of energy. Same pictures apply as that one too, and then it's like all of that right there combined. Big smile on your face, loving life, and just staying one with the inner Zen. And right there in that same one as I drop my notes, oh boy, right there, the same pictures apply to that one as well too, full bursts of energy. So just check out those pictures because they are in relation to this one as well too. If you see a change, that's okay too, because it can happen, especially when the magnet is really active. And coming now to our 29th one, and that is when you start to feel certain situations about to happen, or that might come true, like intuition. Exactly the same pictures again apply to that one as the other one as well. If you just check out that one there too, because there we'll definitely have that as well. And then now down to our final one, to our 30th one, and that is when you pick up on self-intuitions. Again, right there, same pictures apply as that one as well too. And there concludes all 30 signs right there. So there, hope you find these videos very helpful. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see more of these, don't forget to like, share, and don't forget to subscribe, because we do be seeing amazing videos here on my channel with other cool videos on here as well. I'm your Master Zen host, Ray Snabo. And I'll be back for our tricks, pranks, and gags soon to come up. The St. Patrick's Day one's coming straight up. And again, just wanted to say, let the force be with you. Live long and prosper. And I will see you back for more cool videos, content just around the corner. I will see you soon. Mad love.